And let me just double check that he has the money to pay today. And if he's virtual, so how would we do it? Do we
Okay.
pay online?
Do you want me to announce that the fine for Mr. Aniva?
I don't think he's on.
I have to bring him in.
Yeah, he's in the lobby.
Oh, he's in the lobby. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I'm sorry, not in the lobby, but he's in the waiting room.
In the waiting
hello,
room, I'm
Ivana.
sorry. Okay, okay.
But in Mr. Jimenez, in reference to that, we will email him the information so that he can pay it within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Or if he needs longer than that, we can stretch it out. Which do you think that he's going to need?
I think he's not very savvy with the digital stuff. So you can email it to me and I'll make sure it gets paid within 2 weeks.
Okay, let's make sure that we have you. Give me your email address.
I'll type it. It's long. I got carried away when I bought my domain name, but I'll send it the other day.
Put it in the chat.
I have it.
And
I have the email address.
okay.
Yeah, I
Ada, do you want to
got
go
a little
ahead
too excited.
and explain to Mr. Rosales Aguilar the
Yes.
Ok, señores Rosales Aguilar, le van a mandar por su correo, o se lo van a mandar a su abogado y él se lo manda a usted, le van a mandar por correo electrónico el documento para que pueda decir cómo se declara y también que se compromete a pagar a más tardar en 2 semanas. ¿Puede pagar hoy o en 2 semanas o necesita más tiempo para pagar?
Oh, pues, deme 2 semanas.
¿Necesita más de 2 semanas? Pues se le puede dar más de 2 semanas, pero queremos saber qué tiempo necesita.
Oh, pues, ¿cuánto necesito pagar?
How much do I need to pay?
The total is $760.
La cantidad son 760.
¿O a dónde voy a ir a pagar?
Lo va a ir a pagar al tribunal, al tribunal municipal de Forest Park, que se ubica en 320 Cash Memorial Boulevard en Forest Park. Tiene que ir en persona a pagarlo.
Lo puedo yo pagar de su parte, señor. Me lo da a mí y yo lo voy a pagar. Nada más, ¿cuánto tiempo necesita?
Ok, pues de hoy cuando usted quiera, esta semana que viene o cuando usted quiera.
2 weeks is fine. We'll get it paid within 2 weeks, Ms. Maros.
All right, so we got him on there. We have your email, and so I think you're good to go unless the judge wanted to speak to you about anything, Judge.
No. I'm just here whenever you guys are ready. You're fine.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
Hi, how are you? So this will be a negotiated plea. I'll complete all the paperwork and get it paid within 2 weeks. And that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Thank you. Great to see you.
All right.
Take care.
Take care. And I guess Mr. Aguilar can also disengage.
Se puede retirar, señor Aguilar, porque ya se resolvió su caso.
Just
Se contactará con
tell him to
usted.
make sure that he just stays in contact with his attorney.
Ok, muchísimas gracias.
Asegúrese que se mantiene en contacto con su abogado. De nada. Hasta luego.
Está muy bien. Muchas gracias. Tengan un buen día.
Igualmente.
Okay,
Have a good day.
And Judge, I believe that on this particular calendar, from what I've received from the clerk, we had 4 attorneys. Adam Ruff is still on here. I believe we're gonna, Adam, are you there? I've been talking to him through the chat, and I believe we're gonna reset him for his client to bring some information to the court and then have a negotiated plea in reference to that.
What is his client's name? What is Mr. Ruff's client?
Hey, good afternoon, Your Honor. Amir Muhammad is my client. I was just texting him in the background. He said that USAA knows. USAA is usually really good about preemptively sending out emails. So I'm wondering if I might be able to get a hold of one for you and we can resolve it today.
Okay.
Maybe. If you don't mind just hanging out, if you don't mind me just hanging out for a minute, I'll shoot you a chat and update you.
Sure. Yeah, that'll work.
You're welcome to hang out with us, Mr. Ruff, as long as you need to.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
And so the only other 2 attorneys that I know of that are on here, Clarence Johnson is supposed to have a client, but I don't believe that unless he's in the waiting room.
I don't see him unless he has a Samsung or something like that.
And I believe because Clarence got this reset from a previous calendar.
Yeah, he was on last week, and then someone reached out in his office and asked me could he get reset to this week.
Okay, so I guess we'll just hold for an announcement on. Oh, good Lord, I lost this client though. Is it Jerome? No, It's
Page 13, Mr. Mary Rose. It is Luis Alonso. I'm sorry. It is Lustre Núñez Adriana Ofilia. It's the second entry on page 13.
Lustre Núñez.
Lustre Núñez Adriana. That's Attorney Johnson.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll hold for her announcement on his. I'm gonna call his. I'll call his case in case his client is here.
She is here.
Okay, so the client is present. We're just waiting on the lawyer. Okay.
Is that one where we believe there might be an interpreter needed?
She will
I
need one.
think so. Yeah.
She will.
Yes.
And then I guess the only other attorney who was left was Jerome Lee, who had Escobar Luis Alonso.
Yes.
I don't see him in the waiting room either.
Oh, okay.
So we'll
But
just
the client is there.
we'll hold on.
Client is here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everybody ready?
We're ready when you
Yes.
are. Oh, I do have to let you guys know something. A couple more people. I'll just let you know when you call the docket. I'll tell you if they paid. The people came in during our break.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem. Any other questions, concerns before we get it started today?
No, yeah.
Not for me.
Nope.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
going to go ahead and admit everybody. Okay.
Okay, sounds great.
And we do have 7 people in the lobby too, just to let you know.
Well, it's more than 7 now.
Oh,
They're in the lobby of the courthouse.
yeah, in the courtroom.
About
In the courtroom.
about 11 now.
Hello.
As you come in, would you kindly put your phones on mute? Cut your videos on, please.
Por favor, a medida que va entrando a las audiencias, le pedimos que ponga su video para que esté presente, pero que mantenga su teléfono su micrófono en silencio, por favor.
Can everyone hear?
¿Todos pueden oír?
Sí.
Yes.
When they call your name, just
Yes.
speak to the front, and then you'll be able to give me your plea sheet and all that at that time.
Cuando digan su nombre, asegúrese de que activa su micrófono y dice cómo se declara, y ahí están en el lobby, le van a entregar el documento por escrito a la secretaria. Mientras tanto, mantenga el micrófono apagado.
Madam Clerk, has everyone been admitted?
Yes, but we have a couple people that audio is not hooked up. So I'm messaging them now, asking to connect their audio.
Okay, let me give them an opportunity to do that. Give us a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. We need to make sure that everyone's technology is working appropriately today so that everyone can hear us and see us.
And
Por
also,
favor,
if you did not put your email in, can you go ahead and put your email in the chat for us, please? Thank you, guys.
Okay, por favor, denos unos breves minutos para asegurarnos de que todos estén conectados con la tecnología que tienen que estarlo, el sonido y la cámara. Y luego vamos a comenzar la lista de casos y también asegúrese de que pone su correo electrónico y su nombre completo en el chat, por favor.
Madam Clerk, let me know when we're ready.
We're ready when you are.
Okay, everyone's audio is all connected?
We just have Larry Arnold. I've been messaging him, but.
Mr. Arnold, if you can see me and hear me, please turn your audio on, sir.
See?
We'll be able to speak to the gentleman solicitor.
I don't see him anymore.
Yeah, I don't see anyone by that name either.
He
Well, we'll
was.
just go ahead. We'll
Okay.
go ahead and start it. And if he rejoins, maybe he was having some technical issues. And if he rejoins, we'll just admit him.
Okay.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros.
I'm sorry, I forgot, Miss Lynn. I apologize.
That's okay. Go ahead.
This is the City of Forest Park Municipal Courts Arraignment Calendar.
Esta es la lista de casos, el día de la lista de casos del Tribunal Municipal de Forest Park.
Today is August 17th, and it's the 1 p.m. calendar.
Hoy es el 17 de agosto y es la lista de casos que se va a llamar ahora los casos a la 1 de la tarde.
I am Judge Tiffany Sellers.
Yo soy la juez Tiffany Sellers.
And I will be presiding over this calendar today.
Y soy la que voy a estar aquí como el juez titular en esta lista de casos que vamos a llamar ahora.
As I mentioned, before I get started, please make sure that your cameras are on. Please make sure your cameras are on.
Por favor, asegúrese que su video está prendido, que las cámaras las tienen prendidas antes de comenzar ahora.
Please make sure you're muted at all times unless we call on you.
Asegúrese de que se encuentra su micrófono apagado todo el tiempo, a menos de que digamos su nombre, que se diga su nombre.
Please make sure you are not distracted, that you're not driving or doing anything of that nature.
Asegúrese, por favor, que no está distraído, que no esté manejando o haciendo alguna cosa de este estilo de cosas que lo mantengan distraído.
Okay. We require that you keep your videos on at all times. We require that you keep your videos on while you're in court.
Le pedimos, por favor, que exigimos que mantenga su cámara prendida todo el tiempo que se encuentra aquí en la sala, en esta sala virtual.
Certainly, if you have to handle matters of a personal nature, we don't want to join you in that. And so that's an exception. You can cut your video off for that.
Y por supuesto hay una excepción. Si usted tiene que arreglar o encargarse de algo personal, por favor apague el video porque no queremos estar con usted todo el tiempo en sus asuntos personales.
Also, please keep in mind that this is court. And so we want to make sure that you are appropriately dressed.
También tenga en mente de que esto es corte, que es una audiencia en una sala de justicia y queremos que que esté vestido debidamente.
No undergarments, no hair, bonnets or things of that nature.
No queremos que esté vestido con ropa interior ni con cualquier cosa que pone cosas en la cabeza, que no sea lo apropiado para estar en una corte si fuera en persona.
And also, as the clerk has mentioned several times, please make sure your email addresses are in the chat.
Y como he dicho anteriormente a la secretaria, por favor asegúrese que su correo electrónico lo haya puesto ya en el chat. Correo electrónico y nombre completo, por favor.
All right, this is a plea and arraignment calendar.
Esta es una sesión donde se va a leer la lectura de cargos y que se presenta una declaración.
The purpose of this calendar is for you to hear the charges that have been asserted against you.
El propósito de esta lista de casos es para que usted sepa los cargos que se le han imputado.
And enter a plea to those charges.
Y se declare a estos cargos.
Which means respond to those charges.
Lo que quiere decir que va a responder a los cargos que se le han imputado.
There are 3 ways that you can plead.
Hay 3 formas con las que usted puede declararse.
If you do not dispute the charge, if you admit that you've committed the offense, you can plead guilty.
Si usted no va a refutar el cargo y usted admite que cometió el delito, se puede declarar culpable.
I will then give you your fine or your sentence.
Entonces yo le voy a imponer tanto sea la condena o la multa o las dos cosas, lo que tenga que hacer.
We will discuss payment and you will be excused from court.
Vamos a hablar sobre cómo va a ser el pago y después de eso se puede retirar de la sesión.
You can enter a plea of nolo contendere, or nolo for short.
Se puede declarar de una forma que se llama no lo disputo, o no lo contendere, o nolo en inglés.
And nolo means that you are not disputing the charges against you.
Nolo quiere decir que usted no está disputando o no está argumentando contra los cargos que están en su contra.
But you're not necessarily admitting guilt.
pero tampoco está necesariamente admitiendo la culpabilidad.
Most people choose to use their NOLO plea
La mayoría de la gente decide utilizar o hacer ejercicio del nolo
on charges that involve points on your license.
en aquellos cargos que le puedan dar puntos a su licencia.
As the court, we cannot advise you as to the number of points that the Department of Driver Services may assess.
Nosotros aquí en el tribunal, como somos un tribunal, no podemos asesorarlo en la cantidad de puntos que le pueda dar una estación de tránsito que le vayan a poner el Departamento de Servicio al Conductor.
But if you are eligible to use your NOLO, pleading NOLO to a moving traffic violation generally alleviates points.
Pero si usted califica para utilizar el nolo y utilizar el nolo en estas situaciones de circulación que le pudieran dar puntos, generalmente esto ayuda a que no le den los puntos si califica para el nolo.
You may also enter a plea of not guilty and request a bench trial.
También puede declararse no culpable y pedir que se haga un juicio ante un juez.
And a bench trial will be held just before the judge.
Y un juicio ante un juez se realiza ante un juez.
At that time, you can present any evidence that you believe at that time, you can present any evidence in your defense.
Y en ese momento usted puede presentar cualquier tipo de defensas, pruebas que puedan ayudarlo en su defensa.
That includes any documents that you may have or any witnesses that you may want to testify.
Eso incluye cualquier documento que usted tenga o cualquier tipo de testigo que usted quiera traer para que testifique a su favor.
You also have the right to speak to the solicitor, and we call this a pretrial.
También tiene derecho a hablar con el fiscal, esto lo llamamos una conferencia previa al juicio.
I must advise you that the solicitor is Mr. Marie Rose, and he represents the city of Forest Park.
Tengo que advertirle que el fiscal aquí es el señor Mary Rose y él representa a la ciudad de Forest Park.
Anything that you say to Mr. Marie Rose may be used against you if you choose to proceed to trial.
Cualquier cosa que usted le diga al señor Mary Rose puede ser usada en contra suya si usted decide proceder con el juicio.
Mr. Marie Rose, you can come off of mute and introduce yourself.
Señor Mary Rose puede prender su micrófono y presentarse.
And any discussions you may have regarding the pretrial process.
En
All right,
relación
ladies and
a la
gentlemen,
conferencia previa al juicio.
As the judge has stated, my name is Andreas Marie Rose. I am the prosecutor for the city.
Como ha dicho la juez, mi nombre es Andrés Mary Rose y soy el fiscal de la ciudad.
And I'm the person that, if you choose to plead not guilty, will be bringing the case against you.
Y yo soy la persona que se va a encargar de su caso si usted decide declararse no culpable, que va a proceder con el caso del juicio.
Based on this being an arraignment date, we just expect that you tell us how you plan on proceeding and what plea you're going to enter.
Basado en que este es solamente la lectura de cargos, solo queremos saber cómo se va a declarar y cómo va a proceder en este su caso.
At times, people will make an announcement they want to speak to the solicitor in reference to their charges.
En algunos momentos, algunas personas van a pedir hablar con el fiscal en relación a los cargos.
And let me just give you a couple of parameters around those discussions.
Y déjeme hablar un poco acerca de los parámetros que tienen que ver con estas discusiones.
If you want to speak to me because you don't know what to do,
Si usted quiere hablar conmigo porque usted no sabe qué hacer con su caso,
I will have to tell you that I cannot give you any advice in any form or fashion.
tengo que decir que no le puedo dar ningún tipo de asesoramiento de ninguna forma ni manera.
If you do not understand or you do not, you don't know what you want to do, you may want to plead not guilty and seek counsel before you return back to this court.
Si usted no sabe lo que quiere hacer, lo que puede hacer es declararse no culpable y hablar con un abogado antes de venir la próxima vez de nuevo a este tribunal acerca de su caso.
Also, if we do have an opportunity to speak, you cannot tell me the facts of the case.
También tenemos la oportunidad de hablar. Usted no tiene que decirme, no debe decirme los hechos del caso, lo que tiene que ver con el caso.
In my position as prosecutor for the city,
En mi postura como fiscal de la ciudad,
if you and I have a conversation and you give me some information that I can later use against you in a trial,
si tenemos una conversación, usted me da información a mí sobre el caso y yo lo puedo usar después más adelante en el juicio,
that's perfectly legal.
Eso es perfectamente legal. Lo que usted me diga a mí, que yo puedo usar en un juicio, en su caso, es perfectamente legal si me lo está diciendo a mí.
I don't want anybody to leave this Zoom thinking they have been taken advantage of by me because they had a conversation with me.
No quiero que nadie piense, y después que se vaya de esta audiencia, de que me dijeron algo y que yo me aproveché de lo que me dijeron.
So if you don't believe you can refrain from explaining the case to me and giving facts, then it may be safe to have a conversation with me.
Entonces, ¿usted cree que usted no puede limitarse solamente a hablar hechos, sino a darme la información del caso? Entonces es mejor que no me diga nada o que no hable conmigo para que no haya ningún problema. Si no puede solamente limitarse a no a decir los hechos del caso.
So let me tell you what a pretrial is not.
Déjeme decir lo que no quiere decir lo que es una conferencia previa al juicio, lo que no tiene que ver con esto.
You cannot provide me with documents because you believe those documents will exonerate you in reference to the charges.
No me puede presentar documentos porque usted cree que esos documentos los van a absorber de los cargos. Para eso no es la conferencia previa al juicio.
You cannot tell me what the officer did or did not do correctly in reference to your charge.
Tampoco es para que me diga lo que hizo o dejó de hacer o correcta o incorrectamente el policía en relación a su cargo.
I do not amend charges.
Yo no enmiendo cargos.
I do not reduce fines.
Yo no reduzco las multas.
So in reference to all of those parameters that I gave you, if you still want to have a conversation with me, then you must request what's called a pretrial.
Entonces, después que le he explicado todo esto, le he explicado todos los parámetros que tienen que ver con una conferencia previa al juicio, usted todavía lo quiere hacer, por favor pida hablar con el fiscal, todavía después de esto quiere tener una conferencia previa al juicio.
That's all I have, Judge.
Eso es todo lo que tengo, juez.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marie Rose.
Gracias.
All right. With that information, also you have the right to apply for a public defender.
También tiene derecho a solicitar la ayuda de un defensor público.
That would be a lawyer who would represent you in your interests.
Eso sería un abogado que representa a usted y sus intereses.
And it is provided either for free or at a reduced cost by the city.
Generalmente la ciudad lo proporciona ya sea a no costo suyo o a un costo bastante bajo para usted.
If you meet certain financial income requirements.
Si usted califica para ciertos requisitos que tienen que ver con sus ingresos y su situación financiera.
Okay. If you are interested in a public defender, please let me know when I call your name.
Si usted está interesado en hablar con que le tienen un defensor público, por favor dígame cuando yo diga su nombre.
Okay. All right, I'm going to call the calendar.
Okay, va a ser la llamada de la lista de casos.
When you hear your name, please say, I'm sorry.
Cuando diga su nombre, por favor, escoja una de las siguientes cosas.
Please let me know you're here and let me know how you wish to plead to your charge.
Por favor, déjeme saber que se encuentra aquí y dígame cómo se declara el cargo.
Okay, I think I froze for a moment.
You
Madam
did, Your Honor,
Interpreter.
you did for a little bit, yes.
Okay, did you, what was the last thing that you heard me say?
That to let you know that they were here and to tell you how to plead.
Okay. All right, we will begin.
Okay, vamos a comenzar.
Jonathan Wilbur Aguilar.
Forfeiture.
Right.
I'm gonna call y'all names prior to her calling. So just stand here. When I point you out, just come.
Okay. Kiyoshi Allen.
I'm here.
Oh, Mr. Allen, good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
Mr. Allen, you were charged with driving while license suspended or revoked. How do you wish to plead to that charge, sir?
Low.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No low.
No low, okay. Thank you, sir. You can go back on mute. James Larry Arnold.
Here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Arnold. Mr. Arnold, good afternoon, Mr. Arnold. I want to make sure that our audio is working.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. You were charged with failure to obey a traffic control device, sir. How do you wish to plead?
Plead guilty to that charge.
Guilty. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. You can go back on mute. Denise Ramisha Bacon.
Here.
Good
Here.
afternoon, Ms. Bacon. Mr. Arnold, you can go back on mute. Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Bacon.
Hey.
Ms. Bacon, you were charged with failure to maintain insurance. How do you wish to plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
Guilty. Okay. I will advise you that a plea of guilty to that charge may suspend your license. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Last name Barry, first name Kadiatou.
Bond forfeiture.
Bond forfeiture. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Last name Bay, first name Ayinde. I have a note that's a bond forfeiture. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Andrew Lee Brooks. Andrew Lee Brooks. Madam Clerk, anyone with that name?
Not that I'm seeing.
Okay. Mr. Marie Rose, do you have a motion? How do you all?
Judge, normally I would hold all of my failure to appears till the end of the calendar based on people logging on late and coming on later on. So I'll mark it as an FTA, but we'll hold that until the end of the calendar.
Okay, thanks so much. Keon Kane, I believe the middle name is Sherquata.
Forfeiture.
Bond forfeiture. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Marvin Cano Chavarria.
Cano Chavarría Marvin, por favor, si no está presente, active su micrófono. Cano Chavarría Marvin.
Anyone, Madam Clerk, with that name?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Lee Chin.
Ms. Chim, you're muted.
I am Lee Chen.
Ms. Chin, do you need an interpreter?
Maybe, yeah. I just can't understand, maybe in 70%.
Okay. Well, you were charged with striking a fixed object. Do you know how you want to plead, or would you like to have an interpreter before you plead?
I do not know, sorry.
Okay. What language do you speak, Ms. Chin?
Mandarin.
Mandarin. Okay. Madam Clerk, how do we typically handle that?
We're going to have to reset her, and we're going to have to reach out to the translating services that we use, and they'll send somebody that speaks that language for us.
Okay. Ms. Chin, we're going to give you a new court date so we can get you an interpreter so you can understand.
Just make sure that we have her email address.
I think it's okay. I don't have a lot of time. I will feel guilty, and I just explain I did not hit anything.
Oh, okay. So I don't want you to explain now. What we're saying is we have to get a Mandarin interpreter. We don't have one ready. So it would only be a reset, what, 2 weeks or next week, Madam Clerk? What we thinking?
It'll probably be sometime in September.
So we would have to bring you back in September. I want to make sure you understand.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so do we have your email address? Is your email address in the chat?
Yeah. I think they take it. I sign my email address. Maybe I can tell you right now.
Okay, you can tell me.
Listen.
LI 2419 A92 @gmail.com.
Okay, you said LI 2419892 @gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Be sure to check your spam folder too, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Your new court date will be in there. You're excused. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So I can leave right now?
You can leave, yes.
Thank you.
Deontay Demetrius Collins.
Forfeiture.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christina Crutchfield.
Hi, I'm present. Nolo.
Nolo. Okay, you were charged with following too closely. You wish to enter a Nolo plea. Thank you. You can go back on mute. Daniel DeBose. Ms. DeBose? Is that Mr. DeBose at the podium?
No.
No.
We've been waiting for Mr. DeBose.
I'm sorry, say that again, Madam Clerk.
That's Miss Easton. She's next in line.
Oh, okay, thank you. Mr. DeBose, once, twice? Okay, thank you. Jennifer Easton.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Ms. Easton. You were charged with failure to obey a traffic control device. How do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Okay, thank you so much. Tashin Isaiah Eden.
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Eden. You were charged with expired or no license plate or decal. How do you wish to plead, sir?
Just my question is, if I pled NOLO, does that mean in the fine that you give me is too much? Can I plead not guilty? Okay.
You got to pick the plea, and then I set the fine, and then I'll tell you what the fine is.
Okay. And then if it's
Madam Clerk, what's the standard fine on that?
$135.
Okay.
And that means I'm not gonna have any points on my license or anything like that, right?
So I don't give that kind of advice.
Oh no,
I'm not certain if I'm not certain if an expired or no license plate carries points. That's something you got to take up with DDS.
Okay, even though I'm not in the state, I'm not a state resident. We don't even have DDS law.
Well, then I absolutely can't tell you, right? I mean, I can't tell you how it's going to affect wherever you are and what your driver's license situation. At this point, I just need to know how do you want to plead, guilty, NOLO, or not guilty. My
last question. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to take up your time, but if I pled not guilty, that means that I have to come into court physically.
Depends on the time. We do some trials via Zoom, but if at that time we're back in person, you'll have to come back in person. I can't tell you when you're going to put on the calendar.
Okay, then I'll go with pleading not guilty.
Not guilty?
Wait. How far out are the court dates?
About December. It'll probably be December or January, sir.
I'll just pay the. Wait.
NOLO,
okay.
Guilty. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If there's no points on my license, I'll just pay it off. But if I have to, that's the only thing. I just don't want no points on my license.
So how about this? I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna call the rest of my calendar because I got a lot more people, and you can think about it. How about we do that? Fair?
I just do not guilty. I do
not guilty. Okay, not guilty. Thank you so much, sir. Gazaris Ellis.
Mr. Ellis. You're next. Tremaine.
Okay.
He's on. I don't know why he's not saying anything.
Mr. Gazaris Ellis, I understand that you're on. I see your hand raised thing on your Zoom. Your video is not on, sir.
Ellis. Tremaine Ellis.
Okay, I'm gonna hold for him. I see him on here. He says he's put in the chat, he's trying to do video. He's having some technical issues, I think. I don't know what's going on.
He come off of mute.
Can you come off of mute, Mr. Ellis? All right, I'm gonna keep going if he can figure it out. It's not letting me do either. All right, Mr. Ellis, hold one. Let me see. Let's see if we can keep the chat going. You were charged with a disorderly conduct violation. How do you wish to plead? Can you put that in the chat? No contest. Okay. Thank you so much. Hold one moment, Mr. Ellis. Eugene Tremaine Ellison.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ellison, are you in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because all I see is your shirt. I don't see your face. I can see your face now. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Ellison, you were charged with failure to obey a traffic control device and driving while license suspended or revoked. How do you wish to plead to those charges, sir?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Okay. Thank you. Shantae Corey Irvin. Shantae Corey Irvin.
One moment, Judge. Mr. Irvin. Corey. Sir. Is he okay? Huh? Yes, the 17th.
Mr. Irvin? Mr. Irvin? The judge is calling for you.
Just have a seat. They're gonna release you soon because you're gonna be in the court. Just hold on to your paperwork. Okay? You just have a seat. Right here, sir. Go ahead.
Mr. Irvin, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Mr. Irvin, you were charged with public drunkenness and obstructing an officer.
Though they say, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
But I plead not guilty, though.
You want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Now guilty, ma'am.
I'm sorry, did you say guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Have a seat. Madam Clerk, are we okay in there?
Yes, I have someone in here assisting. Thank you.
Okay. Eugene Stanley or Stanley Eugene?
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you so much. Charles Evola. Charles Evola. E-V-O-L-A. Mikhail Frederick Exum or Exum?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it Mr. Exum or Exum?
Exum.
Exum. Good afternoon, Mr. Exum.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Mr. Exum, you've been charged with improper or erratic lane change. How do you wish to plead, sir?
Nolo.
Nolo, thank you very much. Wileen Bell Fillmore.
Hello.
Can you talk again? I need you to move. Oh, you're in the courtroom.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Fillmore, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Ms. Fillmore, you were charged with improper backing. How do you wish to plead, ma'am?
Nolo.
Nolo, thank you so very much. Crystal Adriana Fletcher. Last name Fletcher. Laquelle Tangi Foster Mosley.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you.
Who's last?
Wilman Garcia. Wilman Garcia.
Wilman García. ¿Necesita intérprete,
Bueno.
señor García?
Buenas tardes, sí.
Buenas tardes. Ok, necesito, señor intérprete. ¿Cómo se va a declarar?
Nolo.
I'm going to plead nolo.
Nolo, okay, you were charged with driving without a license, and I understand you want to enter a plea of Nolo. Hold one moment, thank you.
Ok, que se espere un momentito, que sabemos que tiene un cargo de no licencia, se quiere declarar nulo. Que se espere un momentito, ¿ok?
Okay.
Oswaldo Garcia Ortega.
Osvaldo García Ortega. Por favor, active su
Sí.
micrófono, señor Ortega. Ok, ¿cómo se va a declarar?
Culpable.
I'm gonna plead guilty.
Okay. All right. Mr. Oswaldo Garcia Ortega, you were charged with violation of traffic control device and driving without a license, and I understand you wish to plead guilty. Is that, you understand that?
A usted lo acusan por manejar sin licencia y el otro cargo es por no obedecer unas señales de tránsito. Usted dice que se declara culpable a esos dos cargos. ¿Es eso correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Gracias.
Maribel Gomez Hernandez,
Bond forfeiture.
thank you.
Okay.
Anthony Lance Gordon. Anthony Lance Gordon.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gordon.
Good afternoon.
You were in the courtroom, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Gordon, you were charged with expired and no license plate or decal. How do you wish to plead, sir?
I have for expired tags.
It says expired or no license plate or decal. That's the charge, sir.
It was doing my tags. How did it
That's
happen?
it.
That's it, the tags? Okay, yes, I plead guilty.
Guilty. Thank you so much, sir. Travis Griggs or Greggs.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Greggs.
How you doing, ma'am?
Great, thank you for asking. You were charged with a suspended, canceled, or revoked registration. How do you wish to plead, sir?
Guilty.
Guilty? Thank you so much, sir. Yvette Chantel Gresham.
Your Honor, I'm gonna reset her. She came in with a.
Okay, I understand. Madam Clerk indicated that there's going to be a reset on this one.
Yes.
Okay, not a problem. Noel Shayla Guy.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. Janelle Felicia Harris. Janelle Felicia Harris. Okay. Lamar Christopher Haygood.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. A. Arthur Head.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Head.
How you doing?
Mr. Head, you were cited with a seatbelt violation and a violation of a traffic control device. How do you wish to plead to those charges, sir?
Nolo.
Nolo, thank you very much. Edgar Hernandez.
Your Honor, we've already adjudicated his. He's gonna pay.
Okay.
Yes.
How did he, what plea did he enter?
Guilty.
Guilty, Your Honor.
Guilty. Thank you so much. Isaiah Rashawn Hicks.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. Joel Caleb Ho.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. Luis Brenda Jackson. Somebody's Zoom is not on mute. If please go on mute. Thank you. Louise Brenda Jackson. Okay. Alan Charles James.
Hello.
Is that you, sir, at the podium?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You were charged with theft by shoplifting. How do you wish to plead?
Guilty. And I'll pay it
Thank you
next
so
week.
much, sir. Sean Antonio Jefferson.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jefferson.
How you doing?
Great, thank you. Mr. Jefferson, you were charged with disorderly conduct. How do you wish to plead, sir?
Not guilty.
Thank you. You like the trial, okay? Thank you so much.
Your next.
China Johnson. China Johnson. Stallworth Ron Johnson. Stallworth Ron Johnson. Angelique Jones.
Your Honor, she's coming to the podium. She's leading a little assistance, so bear with us for one moment.
Not a problem. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thanks. Okay, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones, you were charged with failure to yield to the right of way. How do you wish to plead?
No local.
I'm sorry?
No local.
Nolo?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Shavion, last name Jones.
Bradija?
Yes, Bradija. I'm sorry, I did not want to butcher your name and I felt like it was coming.
It's okay.
Okay. Ms. Jones, you were charged with the stop sign violation. I'm sorry, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Thank you. Cooper James Jones. Or James Cooper Jones. Okay. Veronica Lopez Luna.
Bond forfeiture.
Veronica. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Abelino Lopez.
López Avelino, por favor, prenda su micrófono si se encuentra presente. Y díganos cómo se declara. López Avelino.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. Jamin Lopez.
Jamin López, si tiene está presente, active su micrófono, por favor.
Okay. Escobar Luis Alonso. I have here, he's represented by Mr. Attorney Jerome Lee.
Escobar, señor Luis Alonso Escobar.
Natasha Mouse appearing for Jerome Lee on Mr. Alonso's behalf. I have him right behind me and we are hoping to speak with the solicitor.
Not a problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Adriana Lustre Nunez.
Adriana Lustre Nunez.
Yeah, good afternoon, Your Honor. Clarence Johnson, I represent her. I wanted to pre-try it with the solicitor. I have another court, state court, and I wanted to know if I could just pre-try it and appear on another calendar because of potential conflict.
You can certainly pre-try it with the solicitor, and I'll let you go first, and then you all work out what you work out, and the solicitor can report on your behalf. That's agreeable, okay?
Thank you.
Not a problem. And nice to see you too, Ms. Johnson. I think he went off. Okay. Karen Ray Kale Madison.
Present.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Madison.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You were charged with the unlawful use of a wireless device. How do you wish to plead?
I am pleading not guilty. However, Your Honor, I do have to leave and pick up my daughter from school momentarily. Can I possibly have my information emailed to me?
Is your email in the chat?
Yes, I chatted it directly to the host, but I can put it in the general chat if that's better.
Madam Clerk, do we have her information?
iPad. Oh, watch it. Oh, I don't see it. If you can put it in the chat for us again, that would be great.
Okay.
Ms. Madison, she indicated, yeah, please put it in the chat. I generally don't let people go early, but that cute baby just.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Once you drop it in the chat and the clerk confirms that they have it, you are free to go.
All right, thank you.
Vashawn Marlon Malcolm. Or Marlon Vashawn Malcolm. Latrice Manuel.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Manuel, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Miss Manuel, you were charged with hit and run, driving without a valid license, and following too closely. How do you wish to plead to those charges?
Nolo.
I'm sorry?
Nolo.
Nolo to all three?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank you. Marcio Martin.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. Leanne McGee.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. Jerry McGill.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. Jeremy McLaughlin.
Not guilty.
I don't see you. Mr. McLaughlin, say something else so my Zoom can read. Mr. McLaughlin?
He has the hat on in the car. See him with the beard?
Oh, I got you.
Can you hear me?
Mr. McLaughlin. Mr. McLaughlin, you were charged with following too closely. How do you wish to plead, sir?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Okay, thank you. Juan Mejia.
Juan Mejía, por favor, si está presente, active su micrófono. Díganos cómo se quiere declarar, señor Mejía.
Judge Stellers,
Yes.
we've received Miss Madison's email address.
Thank you so much, Ms. Madison. You're free to go. Have a great day.
Okay.
Amir Jafir Mohammed, represented by Attorney Ruff.
That was reset, Your Honor, I think. Wasn't it reset, Miss?
I have a hold for announcement for the solicitor. Is that wrong?
Okay.
Judge, I just received the information that we were going to reset him for, so we'll probably just be entering a plea to the amended charge of basic rules violation. And
Okay, do you want me to reset? Do you want us to be a reset, or you want to just, are we adjudicating that?
We're going to take care of it today.
Take care of it today. Got it. Thank you. David Nicholas Organ.
He is actually in the waiting room. I'm not sure if he came on late. If you want me to admit him really fast, I can, or he can wait till the end. Up to you.
You can go ahead and admit him. I'm going to keep calling the calendar and I'll circle back.
Okay.
Thank you. Brandon Parker.
Risby.
Brandon Parker. Karen Quito Acosta.
Sí.
¿Necesita intérprete, señorita Karen?
Sí.
Yes, okay, she needs an interpreter, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Madam Interpreter. Miss Acosta, you were charged with driving without a valid license. How do you wish to plead?
Señorita Costa, la acusan por manejar sin licencia, una licencia válida. ¿Cómo quiere declararse?
Nolo.
Nolo.
Okay, you said Nolo, thank you. Eric Antonio Ramirez Sanchez.
Sánchez Ramírez Eric Antonio, por favor,
Hola.
si está presente.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Does he need an interpreter?
¿Necesita intérprete? Yes.
Sí.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez Sanchez, you were charged with driving without a license. How do you wish to plead?
Señor Ramírez Sánchez, lo acusan por manejar sin licencia, tener una licencia válida. ¿Cómo se va a declarar?
No, culpable.
Culpable. Culpable dijo, ¿no?
Sí.
Culpable, guilty.
Thank you. Michelle Risby, Von Trina Michelle Risby.
Yes.
Miss Risby, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you? You were charged with unlawful use of a wireless device, ma'am. How do you wish to plead?
Nolo.
Thank you. Zenithia Millette Roberts.
Bond forfeiture.
Thank you. Manifa Deandra Robertson. Last name Robertson. Thank you. Annabelle Rosales Aguilar. I think that's the one, Mr.
Yes, we handled that one already.
We've already resolved that, okay?
Yes.
Is there anything for me to do? It's been resolved and I don't need to do anything?
No, Judge, we're just going to email the information to Mr. Chada, and his client's going to pay within 2 weeks.
Sounds great. Peggy Ann Ross. Peggy Ann Ross. Nubia Arande Sanchez.
Nubia Erandi Sánchez, por favor, active su micrófono, se encuentra presente.
Hello.
Hi, Ms. Sanchez, do you need an
Do
interpreter?
you need an interpreter?
No.
Okay.
Interprete?
No.
She said no, Miss Lee, and I think your Wi-Fi, your signal was going out a little bit, but I don't think she needs an interpreter.
I got it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sanchez, you were charged with public drunkenness. How do you wish to plead?
No.
No law. Thank you so much. Marcus Sawyer.
Here.
Mr. Sawyer, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Sawyer, you were charged with the following too closely. How do you wish to plead?
No law.
Thank you. Demir Scott. Demir Scott. Thank you. Nothing. Terrence Lamont Scott. Terrence Lamont Scott. Jeremiah Jamal Simmons. Jeremiah Jamal Simmons. Juan Sims. Or maybe it's DeJuan.
Yeah, yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Is it DeJuan Simmons? Is that the
Yes,
one?
yeah, it's DeJuan Sims. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Sims, you were charged with the unlawful use of a wireless device, sir. How do you wish to plead?
No law.
No law. Thank you so much, sir. Ronald Sidwell.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Sidwell, you were charged with the suspended, canceled, or revoked registration. How do you wish to plead, sir?
I plead guilty, but with an explanation.
Okay. Hold on. Thank you so much. Hold on one moment. Thank you. Boston Thomas. Boston Thomas. Casey Lawson Vermeulen.
Hello, how are you?
How are you, sir? Pronounce your last name for me, please.
It's Vermeulen.
Vermeulen. Thank you so much, Mr. Vermeulen. You were charged with failure to yield to the right-of-way. How do you wish to plead, sir?
I'm going to plead no law.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Quantatus Jamal Warren. Quantatus Jamel, or maybe it's Jamel Warren. Tamika Raffia Watson.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Ms. Watson.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Watson, you were charged with improper or erratic lane change. How do you wish to plead?
No law.
Thank you so much. Carlos Marquez White.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. White. Mr. White, you were charged with driving without a valid license, failure to obey a traffic control device, and driving with an expired no license plate or decal. How do you wish to plead to those charges, sir?
Not guilty.
To all, you want to plead not guilty to all the charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Adonis Anthony Williams.
On forfeiture.
Thank you. DeMarco Williams.
Hey,
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams.
good afternoon.
Mr. Williams, you were charged with failure to have a license on person and driving above the speed limit. How do you wish to plead?
I plead guilty to the first one, not guilty to the second.
So you plead not guilty to the speed limit?
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is, if you're gonna plead not guilty, I think I'm gonna just put you as not guilty and we'll resolve all your cases at one time, okay? I said, given that you're going to plead not guilty to one of the charges, I'm gonna have to put you on a calendar and you'll resolve them all at the same time, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'll go ahead and change the plea to not guilty, set you down on a trial calendar. Timothy Wilson. I think that's a bond forfeiture.
Yes, ma'am.
Jessica,
Correct.
thank you. Jessica Wyatt. Jessica Wyatt. Okay. And Zachary James.
Not guilty.
All right, Mr. James, you were charged with failure to maintain insurance, and I'm saying you're going to plead not guilty. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that concludes the call of the calendar. Is there anyone here whose name I did not call?
¿Se encuentra alguien presente que no haya oído su nombre? Por favor, déjenos saber si no llamaron su nombre.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is yes, ma'am? Who is that? Please identify yourself.
Nicholas Oregon.
Okay. And I see you, Mr. Ellis. Give me one moment. Mr. Oregon. Hold on one moment. Mr. Oregon, you were charged with following too closely. How do you wish to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere?
Nolo contendere.
Thank you. And Mr. Ellis, I see you. I believe that you said you were going to enter a nolo plea, sir. Hold one moment and we'll divide you up at that time. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Those individuals who indicated that they're going to plead nolo or speak to the solicitor, the clerk will put you in a separate meeting room for the solicitor. Okay, look out for that little box that's going to come across your screen. You want to click that box and you want to join the room for the solicitor. All right. I likely won't see you anymore, so have a great day to those individuals.
I'm working on it right now.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me. Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
Not a problem, Mr. Allen. What's going to happen now is we're going to go into breakout rooms depending upon how you decided to plead. If you decided to either speak to the solicitor or to enter a plea of nolo, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the solicitor and he will handle your case from there. Okay?
Yeah, can I ask a quick question?
All right. If you decided to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, you'll hang out here with me and we will begin to adjudicate or resolve your case. Mr. Isaiah Eden, I see your hand is raised, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to know, can I change my plea to nolo? Because I just
change your plea to nolo. You can. Yes. Give me one moment. Madam Clerk, did you get that? Mr. Eden, position. Yes, Mr. Eden would like to change his plea to nolo.
Okay, once I get done with all of these, I'll put him in there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, will it be possible to take the people that are interpreted that are guilty so that then I can move on to the nolos with Mr. Miros? Would that be possible?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. We can do the guilties that need interpreters as soon as the clerk is ready.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm not sure which clerk is going to be hanging out with me.
I will be with you.
Oh, Miss Yates, excellent. All right, are we ready, Miss Yates, or are we still waiting on?
We're working on separating everyone.
Okay, just send me the signal when you're ready for me, okay?
Okay.
Hold tight, everyone. Give us one moment to work out the technology. Thank you.
Por favor, esperen un momentito que estamos arreglando a las personas que van a ir a diferentes salas virtuales. Si me necesita intérprete, yo voy a estar primero tomando las declaraciones con la juez que se declararon culpables y después me voy a mover a la sala virtual privada con el fiscal Mary Rose para tomar las personas que se declararon nulos. Así que no se preocupe, pero voy a estar tomando primero los culpables y después los nulos.
All right, I think I got everybody. Did everybody that fled NOLO, did they receive the notification to go to the NOLO room?
Todas las personas que se declararon nulos recibieron una notificación para mudarse a la sala virtual donde van a tomarse los nulos. Por favor, asegúrese de que va a esa sala virtual. Si necesita intérprete, yo voy a estar ahí más adelante cuando termine de hacer los casos con los culpables aquí.
I have 3 people that pled NOLO here.
Yes, I have them on the list as well. So you want me to go ahead and put the court guests in the NOLO room as well?
Right now. I'm just letting you know you will qualify for the NOLO, so you'll get that. That means it won't show up on your driving record. Mr. Head? Yes. You also qualify, so it won't show up on your record, okay? Ms. Jones, you as well, okay? Miss, where did the other one go? Risky, okay. So for those, we're just waiting on the judge to issue the fee amount.
Oh, I was on mute. Madam Clerk, do you want me to
There you go.
adjudicate the NOLOs that are in the courtroom with the guilties as well? Or does that make it easier for you? How do you, what makes it easier for you?
Okay. So
That'll work.
Okay, we can do that. Miss Manuel, I see your hand is raised. Is something that you need to address with the court now?
Yes, ma'am. I picked no. I said I was gonna do NOLO, and I didn't
Okay.
get the notification.
Okay, I'm gonna move you over there right now, okay?
Look out for the notification, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go ahead and get started to what I think Ms. Lynn's request was fair, that we start with the guilties that need interpreters. Hold on one
And
moment.
I think I have two, Your Honor. I have one on page 7, which is Garcia Ortega Osvaldo.
Correct.
Okay, and then the other one, would you want to do that one first and then we'll move
Let's go ahead
along?
and knock that one out.
Ok, señor Ortega Osvaldo, por favor, active su micrófono.
Sí, aquí estoy.
Ok, here I am.
All right, Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
can you raise your right hand for me, sir?
Levante su mano derecha, por favor, señor.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter is the truth under penalty of perjury?
¿Usted jura que el testimonio que va a dar acerca de este asunto lo hace bajo su pena de perjurio?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Garcia Ortega, you were charged with failure to obey a traffic control device and driving without a valid license.
Señor García Ortega, usted se le acusa por no obedecer un aparato de señales de tránsito y por manejar sin una licencia válida.
Sí.
Yes.
And I understand you wish to plead guilty to both of those charges. Is that correct?
Y tengo entendido que se quiere declarar culpable a los dos cargos. ¿Es eso correcto?
Sí.
Yes. Yes.
You understand, Mr. Ortega, that you have the right to plead not guilty and request a trial.
Señor Ortega, usted entiende que tiene derecho a declararse no culpable y pedir que se haga un juicio. ¿Entendió ese derecho?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I do understand.
And you understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you're giving up that right.
Y usted entiende que al declararse culpable aquí, usted renuncia a ese derecho. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand that I have the authority to issue you a sentence not to exceed $1,000 or 1 year in jail for each offense.
Y usted entiende que yo tengo la autoridad para imponerle una pena, puede ser una multa no más de $1,000 y o ambas o una de las dos cosas, cárcel por 12 meses. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I do understand it.
You understand that are you freely and voluntarily entering this plea, sir?
¿Usted se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Right. You understand that you have the right to speak to an attorney?
¿Usted entiende que tiene derecho a hablar con un abogado?
Sí.
Yes.
And you understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you're waiving that right?
Y usted entiende que declararse culpable, usted renuncia a ese derecho. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Ortega, I thereby accept your guilty plea to both charges.
Señor Ortega, por lo tanto, acepto su declaración de culpable a los dos cargos.
Sí.
Yes.
Madam Clerk, what are the standard fines for these offenses?
Traffic control device, 165, driving without a valid license, 760, total of 925.
La multa por manejar. You want me to say that, Your Honor?
Well, I was gonna say it and then you were gonna, can you repeat it after me?
Yes, Your Honor, sorry.
Okay,
Yes.
no problem. Mr. Ortega, I sentence you as follows.
Señor Ortega, le impongo la siguiente condena.
For the failure to maintain a traffic control device, there will be a $165 fine.
Por no obedecer las señales de tránsito, es una multa de $165.
And
Sí.
for the driving without a valid license, there'll be a $760 fine.
Y por manejar sin licencia hay una multa de $765.
Perdón, no entendí la suma.
Sí.
No entendí la segunda.
I didn't understand the second one. You want me to repeat that for him, Your Honor?
Certainly.
Yes. La segunda multa son $765 por el cargo de manejar sin licencia, lo que lleva a un monto total de las dos multas de $925.
Está bien.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
The total is $925, sir. Are you able to pay that amount within the next 2 weeks?
All right.
Señor, la multa total son 925. Usted puede pagar esa multa, esa cantidad, a más tardar en 2 semanas, en estas dos próximas semanas.
Pregunta, ¿cómo lo puedo hacer pagar? ¿O voy a la comandancia?
How do I do it? Do I go to the courthouse or to the police station?
Oh, if you are able to pay within the next 2 weeks, you can come up to the clerk's office. I believe that the address is on the ticket. Is that correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes, it is. It's 320 Cash Memorial Boulevard.
Yes.
Sí, usted puede venir y se encuentra ubicada en el 320 Cash Memorial Boulevard. Eso se encuentra en su ticket también. Puede venir aquí al tribunal a pagarla en más tardar en 2 semanas. En estas
2 semanas.
próximas
A partir de ahorita ya puedo ir a pagar.
So beginning right now, I can go and pay?
Yes, you have to pay within 2 weeks. If it takes you longer than 2 weeks, they will charge you a $200 penalty.
Ok, sí, puede pagar de aquí y tiene 2 semanas para pagar. Si se tarda más de las 2 semanas, le van a poner una multa o otra penalidad de $200 por pagar después de las 2 semanas. ¿Entendió?
Sí, sí lo entiendo.
Yes, I do understand it.
Did you put your email address, sir, in the chat?
¿Usted colocó o escribió su correo electrónico en el chat, señor?
Sí.
Madam Clerk, we've confirmed that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Sí.
Mr. Garcia, they will email you the documents for you to sign. Okay.
Señor García, le van a mandar a usted los documentos por DocuSign electrónicamente para que usted los firme, el de cómo se declara y el que se compromete a pagar a más tardar en 2 semanas, ¿ok?
Ok.
Please check
Okay.
your spam as well. Check your spam folder as well for the email.
También asegúrese de chequear los correos electrónicos en el spam folder, porque a veces se va como basura, como que no son correos que le llegan a usted. Asegúrese que si no le ha llegado, que chequear spam, la parte de spam, ¿ok?
En caso de que no los encuentre en la comandancia, ¿los podré firmar?
In case that I don't get them or something happens, can I sign them in person at the police station? At the courthouse?
Yes.
Sí, sí puede.
Okay.
Remember to come in 2 weeks so that you don't get your $200 fine. Okay.
Thank you.
If you need
Asegúrese
more
de que
time, let
viene.
me know because we can.
Sí,
If you need more time, I can put you on pay only probation to give you a little more time to pay.
No, I want to pay today. I want to see what the papers were signed. The paper signed are ready today or tomorrow. I have time for do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you
Very
so
good.
much. Thank you so much, Mr. Garcia Ortega. Anything else, Madam Clerk, for this defendant?
No, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Garcia. You can leave the meeting, okay?
Thank
Ya
you.
se puede retirar. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
Gracias a la intérprete también.
You're welcome. So, de nada. Your Honor, the next one that I have that pled guilty according to my calendar is on page 16, and that is Ramirez Sanchez Eric.
I see that. Page 16 of the calendar?
Yes, Your Honor, page 16 of the calendar.
Okay, I see
Ramirez.
Eric Antonio Ramirez Sanchez. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. Señor Sánchez Ramírez, por favor, active su micrófono si está presente, que ya hablamos con usted para que la jueza le tome la declaración.
Aquí estoy.
Okay, there he is.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, I understand that you wish to plead guilty to the charge of driving without a valid license. Is that correct?
Señor Sánchez, tengo entendido que se quiere declarar culpable al cargo de manejar sin una licencia válida. ¿Es eso correcto?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Mr. Sanchez, raise your right hand for me.
Señor Sánchez, levante su mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter is the truth under penalty of perjury?
¿Usted jura o afirma que el testimonio que usted va a presentar ahora su pena de perjurio?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr.
Gracias.
Ramirez Sanchez, you were charged with driving without a valid license, correct?
Señor Ramírez Sánchez se le acusa por manejar sin una licencia válida. ¿Es eso correcto?
Correcto.
Correcto.
And I understand you wish to enter a plea of guilty. Is that correct?
Y tengo entendido que se quiere declarar culpable. ¿Es eso correcto?
Correcto.
Correcto.
You understand that you have the right to plead not guilty and have a trial.
Usted entiende que tiene derecho a declararse no culpable y tener un juicio. ¿Entendió ese derecho?
Entendido, pero me declaro
I-
culpable.
I understood and I plead guilty.
Okay. And you understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you're waiving that right.
Y usted entiende que declararse culpable, usted renuncia al derecho a tener un juicio. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney to represent you on this charge.
¿Usted entiende que tiene derecho a tener un abogado que lo represente en este cargo? ¿Entiende ese derecho?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I do.
And you understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you're waiving that right.
Y usted entiende que declararse culpable aquí, usted renuncia a ese derecho. ¿Lo entendió eso?
Entendido.
I understood it.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose in this matter is a $1,000 fine and a 1 year incarceration.
Usted entiende que la pena máxima que le pudiera imponer en este caso, en este cargo, es de $1,000 de multa y o las dos cosas, cárcel por 12 meses. ¿Entendió eso?
Entendido.
I understood it.
In understanding all of those rights, you are freely and voluntarily entering this plea. Is that correct?
Y entendiendo todos estos derechos, usted se está declarando a estos cargos libre y voluntariamente por su propia voluntad. ¿Es eso correcto?
Correcto.
Correcto.
All right. I accept your guilty plea, sir.
Acepto su declaración de culpable, señor.
Madam
Sí.
Clerk, what's the standard fine on this?
760, and I
Thank
do
you so
have his
much.
email address.
I'm sorry?
I have his email address.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Sanchez, I hereby sentence you to a fine of $760. Are you able to pay that, sir, within 2 weeks, or do you need additional time to pay?
Señor Sánchez, aquí le impongo una condena de una multa que son $760. ¿Usted puede pagar eso en estas próximas 2 semanas o necesita más de 2 semanas?
No, lo podía pagar el día de hoy personal. El día de hoy lo puedo pagar.
I can go and pay today in person. I can do that today.
Okay, all right. Are you, well, if you're, well, the clerk is going to go ahead and send you the plea or send you the documents via email. If you go in person, I'm certain that they can help you sign any paperwork in person if necessary, okay?
Ok, la secretaria le va a mandar de todos modos los documentos por el correo electrónico y si usted va en persona lo puede hacer en persona. May I ask, Your Honor, how late they can take them, to pay with Mrs. Yates?
4
How long?
p.m.
4 p.m. Ok, so necesita estar allá a más tarde, antes de las 4 porque cierran a las 4.
Es la dirección, perdón, que le pregunto, la dirección es la Forest Park Municipal. Viene siendo esta, no lo sé la verdad.
It's Forest, yeah, esa es, yeah, that's the address, esa es la dirección, es 320 Cash Memorial Boulevard en Forest Park, correcto.
Sí.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanchez.
Hi,
You are
thank you.
free to go.
Thank you so much.
Gracias,
Have a great
señor
day.
Sánchez, ya se puede retirar, hasta luego. Your Honor, according to my calendar, those are the only 2 people that pleaded guilty, and then I have about 2 or 3 that pleaded no. May I make an announcement just to make sure that nobody else is waiting here for me?
Please do so.
Okay. ¿Hay alguna otra persona que se haya declarado nulo y que necesite intérprete? Por favor, déjenos saber, porque si no hay más nadie, voy a pasarme para la otra sala. ¿Alguna otra persona que necesite intérprete aquí presente? Ok.
Perdón, ya me puedo retirar, ¿verdad?
Ya se puede retirar.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Yeah. Miss Yates, can I be sent or how?
Hold on, it's
be
one more
transferred?
person. I have
One more.
Adriana Lustre Nunez.
I believe she played it. Hold on. I believe she played it Nolo, but let me see here, Your Honor. A second. Adriana Nunez.
Page 13, I have a hold for a pretrial with, she's represented by Mr. Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I think he's talking to Mr. Mary Ross.
I believe
Wasn't
so.
He was doing
Why
a
don't we move
pretrial.
them into the NOLO room, Madam Clerk? And if they need to come back out to see me, that's not a problem.
Okay, will do.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Your Honor, if I can make a quick announcement on Amir Muhammad, who's in the room with y'all.
Yes, how are you, Mr. Ruff?
I'm good.
Good, thank you.
After a pretrial with the state, Your Honor, we've been able to provide the documentation and that citation's been reduced. Mr. Muhammad's going to come down and pay the $175 to the clerk within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, is there anything for me
And sign that
to
waiver
adjudicate
form.
in the matter?
I don't believe so, no. I mean, he's going to be entering a guilty plea, so he'll be signing the waiver that way and paying the $175.
Okay, so it's charges reduced to basic rules?
That's correct, Your Honor, yes, a basic rules violation.
175 fine. I'm just making my own little notes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, do you need any information from Mr. Ruff, or are you good?
I just need the defendant's name.
Amir Muhammad, sorry.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ruff. If that concludes your business before the court, you're free to go. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor, it does. You too.
All right. Ms. Nunez, you should see this, the button to push to go to the meeting room. Do you see it? Does she see it?
Señorita Núñez, están poniéndola, tiene un botón que la está mandando a que vaya a otra sala. Por favor, métase en la otra sala virtual. Díganos si lo puede hacer. Señorita, is she still there, Your Honor? Because I'm on my phone and I don't see who is there. Is she still there with you, Your Honor?
She looks frozen. She looks frozen on my screen. Madam Clerk, what does she look like to you?
She looks frozen.
Oh, señorita Núñez, háblenos, active el micrófono para saber qué está ocurriendo, si puede, porque está congelada. Y queremos saber si nos escucha.
Can we just move her, Madam Clerk? If she's frozen, I don't know if we can do that.
I'm not able to move her, but I can remove her and then add her back in. Oh, I think she may have gone.
Yeah, I think she left because she couldn't log back in. But you can go ahead and go on over. Madam Interpreter, we appreciate your service.
You're very welcome. Ms. Yates, I don't have an invitation yet, or do I? Because I don't see it on my phone.
Just one moment.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure because with my phone, sometimes, I don't know. I'm usually, okay, here I am. Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. So I should have left here guilties and not guilties. We're gonna go through the guilties and then we're gonna get the not guilties out of here and we're gonna keep on moving as efficiently as possible. Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I have a couple of NOLOs in the courtroom with me. Do you want to handle those or wait for Mayor Rose to join?
I can handle those. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to just go by alphabetical order again.
Okay.
With the guilties, Madam Clerk, you have a calendar. So if I am skipping someone who's in the courtroom with the NOLO, because I didn't document that.
Yes, I have all of that.
Just shout at me, okay?
Right,
Thank you so much. Larry Arnold. I see you, Mr. Arnold, but I don't hear you. Can you come off and mute for me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Arnold, I think you want to enter a plea of guilty to a failure to obey a traffic control device. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter as the truth under penalty of perjury? Your volume went out on me.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Arnold, you were charged with a failure to obey a traffic control device. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand, and you are entering a plea of guilty at this time. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial. I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and by entering your plea of guilty, you're waiving that right. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you have the right to an attorney on this charge?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you're waiving that right. You understand that the maximum penalty, that the maximum sentence that I can impose is a $1,000 fine and no more than 1 year of incarceration. You understand that, sir? And I for whatever reason you go out on me.
I mean, I got a bad connection, but yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you are freely and voluntarily entering this plea. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. I accept your plea of guilty to this charge. Madam Clerk, what's the standard fine?
165.
All right, Mr. Arnold, your fine will be, your sentence will be a $165 fine, sir. Are you able to pay that within the next 2 weeks, or do you need additional time to pay?
No, ma'am. I can pay that in 2 weeks.
Okay. Remember, if you don't pay it in 2 weeks, sir, it'll be a $200 penalty.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
All right. You can pay it. I guess you can pay it in person, and I'm assuming you can pay online as well.
You will not be able to pay online. You can only pay in person or mail in a payment.
Okay, you can only pay in person or mail in a payment.
Because I speaking of the not able to pay online, I guess because a while back I tried to pay online, so I guess that what happened at the time when I tried to pay online by her saying that you can't pay online.
Yeah, you can't pay online, in person, or mail in a payment.
Okay.
There may have been an issue with the system when you attempted to pay. Those issues have been resolved, but once you appear in court, you cannot pay your ticket online.
I understand.
Okay. All right, remember, 2 weeks, day 15, the $200 penalty comes in, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Mr.
Judge.
Arnold, have you put your email address in the chat, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Clerk, we verified that?
I don't see it, sir. Could you provide it to me?
You can just say it, Mr. Arnold.
Ma'am?
You can just say your email address.
Oh, okay. Is it JR ALLISON 1980 @gmail.com. Confirm.
JRALLISON 1980 @gmail.com.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Arnold, look out for the document that you need to sign. Check your spam folder as well, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you so much. You have a great day. You're excused. You can leave the meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Ramisha Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Bacon, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Bacon, I understand that you wish to plead guilty to the charge of failure to maintain insurance. Is that correct?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter, the truth, and the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Before we begin, Madam Clerk, I do not have Ms. Bacon's record. Is she eligible for NOLO or not?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
Okay, so Ms. Bacon, I can't give you legal advice. I'm just going to tell you the landscape. Okay?
I was gonna ask, like, can I do NOLO instead of guilty if I just have points? Because I do not want my license suspended.
That's it. You were thinking what I was thinking before I said anything, right? So entering a plea of guilty to a failure to maintain insurance case, a charge will suspend your license for 6 months if you are not eligible to use your NOLO. Using your NOLO can prevent the suspension.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I would like to plead NOLO.
Okay. We can certainly change your plea from guilty to NOLO. We'll note that in the record. And I'll go ahead and take a NOLO plea right now too. Okay? Ms. Bacon, did I already swear you in? I just lost my train of thought that fast. Did I?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Raise your right hand, Ms. Bacon, for me. Raise your right hand, Ms. Bacon. Okay, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter of the truth and the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Bacon, I understand that you wish to enter a plea of nolo to the failure to maintain insurance charge. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You understand that you have the right to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering your plea of nolo, you are waiving that right.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney on this charge.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that by entering your plea of nolo, you're waiving that right.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose is 1 year incarceration and up to $1,000 fine, except certain circumstances.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you are freely and voluntarily entering your plea of nolo today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I accept your plea of nolo to the charge of failure to maintain insurance. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine?
$585.
Okay. Ms. Bacon, I sentence you to a fine of $585. Is that something you're able to pay today, or do you need time to pay?
I need time.
You said you need time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I can give you up to 30 days for free by putting you on pay-only probation. Once you pay the money, then you don't, if you pay the money within 30 days, you don't have any probation fees or charges or any of that, okay? If it takes you longer than 30 days to pay, you will incur a monthly supervision fee until it's paid off. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I believe you get up to 6 months on probation.
Yeah, I would rather pay it in 30 days. I can pay it 30 days.
Okay. Ms. Bacon, is your email address in the chat?
Yes, ma'am. I did send it.
Okay, Madam Clerk, we confirm?
Confirmed.
Thank you. Ms. Bacon, your check your email. The court will send you your form to sign. Okay? Check your spam folder as well, because some things have been going to spam, all right?
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing else before the court, you're free to go. Have a great day.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Miss Easton.
The next one that I have on my calendar is Jennifer Easton.
She's coming to the bench now.
Thank you so much, Madam Clerk.
You know, you call her for no. I don't think so. Just let her know.
Good afternoon, Miss Easton.
Hi, I got one thing to say.
Yes.
My name's Lisa. Not
Lisa. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. All right. Ms. Easton, you were charged with failure to obey a traffic control device, and I understand you wish to plead guilty to that charge. Is that correct?
I'd like to change mine.
Okay, to?
NOLO.
NOLO, we can do that. All right, raise your right hand for me.
She does qualify for a NOLO.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matters of truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Easton, I understand you wish to enter a plea of NOLO to the failure to obey a traffic control device charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to enter a not guilty plea to this charge?
Yes.
And by doing so, you would have a trial before the court?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you are waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO to this charge, you're waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose is a 1 year incarceration, a period of incarceration of no more than 1 year, and a $1,000 fine, except in certain except in special circumstances. If I can talk today, good Lord.
Yes.
All right. And you are freely and voluntarily giving this plea.
Yes.
All right. I accept your plea, Ms. Easton of NOLO. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine?
$135.
Ms. Easton, your sentence is a $135 fine. Are you able to pay that within 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Madam Clerk, if she's in person, can she sign her documents in person, or will you still email them?
Yes, I will take care of her from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, Ms. Easton.
You too.
All right. I think Mr. Eden went to the NOLO room. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? I think so.
Yes, he did.
Lance Gordon, I'm sorry. Lance Gordon? Mr. Garcia, I see you have a plea of NOLO, but I see you still in my room. Madam Clerk, is there a reason that should he not be here? Should he be transferred to the NOLO room?
Yeah.
I will send him over to the NOLO room.
Okay, we're gonna send you over, Mr. Garcia, unless you just want to hang out with me. You want to hang out with me? How many people are in that room right now, Madam Clerk? Can you see?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, are you talking with me?
A total of 8.
A total of 8. I'm sorry, Mr. Garcia.
So I need to translate.
I'll send him over to that room.
Okay. Look, click the button, look for the, they're gonna send you over to the room with the interpreter.
Okay. The charge is ready. I can leave now.
Don't leave. They're gonna send you to the room with the interpreter.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You're on mute, Madam Clerk. I didn't know if you were talking to me.
I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself.
Okay, no problem. Let me give the clerk an opportunity to move Mr. Garcia, and we'll continue.
Oh my goodness.
At the podium, is that Lance Gordon at the podium?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Green, since you're in the courtroom, can you handle that one so that Madam Clerk can move Mr. Garcia?
For Lance Gordon?
I did ask for Lance Gordon. I think that Ms. Yates is trying to move Mr. Garcia. And so I was wondering if you can handle Mr. Gordon so that we can keep the calendar moving. Okay, Ms. Yates. Yes.
Mr. Garcia, he's already spoke with the prosecutor. It was a NOLO plea, fine of $260, 2 weeks to pay.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
So
need
he's
me.
finished. Yeah, he's done.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Garcia.
Bye.
Hasta luego. Did I say that?
Hasta luego. Thank you so much.
De nada.
De nada.
That's the little bit of Spanish I know.
Poquito. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You can leave.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mr. Gordon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
You are entering a plea of guilty to an expired or no license plate or decal charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter is the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon, let me see here. I understand, as I mentioned earlier, I understand that you're entering a plea of guilty to an expired or no license plate or decal charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to enter a plea of not guilty to this charge and have a trial?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you are waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney?
Yes.
You understand that by entering this plea of guilty, you're waiving that right.
Yes.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that this court can impose is a $1,000 fine, except in special circumstances, or a 1-year incarceration period.
Yes.
And you are freely and voluntarily entering this plea.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I accept your guilty plea, sir, on this charge. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine?
$135.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Gordon, I sentence you to a fine of $135. Are you able to take care of that today or within 2 weeks?
Yeah, within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks. All right. Madam Clerk will handle it from here. Thank you so much. Travis Greggs.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Greggs, you're entering a guilty plea on your suspended, canceled, or revoked registration charge, correct?
Can I ask a question before I even raise my hand?
Certainly.
All right, listen. So with that, the car that I was in is my godmom's, and the decal sticker is valid. But I was trying to see if I can like zoom her in, or I can give you guys her phone number because it's valid. I just moved out here from Orlando.
So if you want to present evidence that the license was not suspended, canceled, or revoked, I will simply move you to a trial calendar, and you can do that. Today, I'm just taking pleas. All right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that now.
Okay. So we'll change your plea to not guilty and move you to a trial calendar. Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Don't leave yet. Hold one moment. The clerk will follow. Is your email address in the chat, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hold one moment. Madam Clerk, you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you'll be sent notice of the new trial date. Have a great day, Mr. Greggs.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, give me one moment. We're moving through. Charles James.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. James, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. James, you're pleading guilty to the theft by shoplifting charge, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter of the truth and the penalty of perjury?
Yes, true.
All right, Mr. James, you are entering a plea of guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you are waiving that right.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, sir, you are waiving that right.
Right.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose is up to 1 year incarceration and generally no more than a $1,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
You are freely and voluntarily pleading guilty to this charge.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to accept your guilty plea to the charge of theft by shoplifting less than $500. Madam Clerk, what is this? What is the standard fine in this one?
$760.
Okay. All right, Mr. James, the fine is $700. The sentence I'm going to impose is a $760 fine.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
able to pay that within 2 weeks, sir, or do you
Yes,
need
ma'am. I
time
can
to
pay it next. I can pay it next Wednesday when my check gets here.
All right. So I think Madam Clerk that's in the courtroom will take it from here. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, next I have Ms. Jones.
Email address.
Huh?
Email.
I don't have an email. I'm legally blind.
All right.
Hold on.
Pronounce your first name for me again, Ms. Jones.
Bradija?
Bradija, thank you. Ms. Bradija Jones, you are pleading guilty to a stop sign violation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand for me.
Okay, so we'll give you a call. I'll probably give you a call tomorrow.
You got your right hand raised, Ms. Jones?
Yes, I'm right.
Oh, I can't, thank you. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter of the truth and the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Jones, you are pleading, I understand you wish to, Go ahead.
Excuse me, do you have the right, Miss Jones? Because it was two of us, so I'm not sure if I'm the right.
I'm looking for Miss Bradesia Jones.
Yeah, this me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. So Miss Jones, you are pleading guilty to a stop sign violation, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You understand you have the right to plead not guilty to that charge and have a trial before the court?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, ma'am, you are waiving that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, ma'am, you are waiving that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that this court can impose is generally a $1,000 fine and 1 year incarceration?
Yes, ma'am.
You are freely and voluntarily entering this plea of guilty to this charge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I accept your guilty plea to the charge of a stop sign violation. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine?
$135.
All right, Ms. Jones, you're fine. I'm sentencing you to a $135 fine. Are you able to take care of that within the next 2 weeks, ma'am, or do you need time to pay?
I could do it within the next 2 weeks.
All right. Ms. Jones, did you place your email address in the chat?
I believe I did. Could someone double check to make sure I have it?
We are checking now. Hold one moment.
I have it.
All right. Ms. Jones, the clerk has indicated that she has your email address. Please check your spam folder as well for the email, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. I can leave now?
You can leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I make one last announcement to make sure
Yes.
that nobody's waiting here? Okay, ¿hay alguna persona que esté esperando por su abogado o el intérprete? Por favor, déjenos saber. Active su micrófono si necesita intérprete. Okay. I guess nobody does need an interpreter. May I be excused, Your Honor?
You are. Thank you so much. I appreciate your service.
You're welcome. Nice working with you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ronald Sidwell.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sidwell, good afternoon.
She said good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
All right. Mr. Sidwell, you are pleading guilty to a suspended, canceled, or revoked registration charge. Is that correct?
That's correct, but I want to explain why.
Well, let me put you under oath first, all right, sir?
Okay.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Sidwell, you were charged with suspended, canceled, or revoked registration. And I understand you want to plead guilty, but you want to talk to the court. So let me explain this. If you want to, you certainly have the right to talk to the court. That's not a problem.
Okay.
But generally, if you want to talk to the court, I put you on a bench trial calendar.
Put me on the
Okay.
Bench trial.
I put you on a trial calendar where you can talk, and then the solicitor has an opportunity to present any documents or evidence to counter what it is that you have to say. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to have a discussion with the court about your charge, you're free to do that, but we just need to move you to a different calendar.
That's what I mean. I had to come back to court.
Yep, that's what it would mean.
Okay, I guess so. If that would have to be, I guess we do that.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and change your plea, Mr. Sidwell, to not guilty and allow you an opportunity to come to court. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
And let me see here.
And Judge, may I just jump in here real quick?
Absolutely.
Mr. Amir Muhammad was represented by Adam Ruff. That matter has been resolved. Mr. Muhammad can actually log off if he just gets in contact with Mr. Ruff in reference to the resolution.
All right, Mr. Muhammad, did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have a great day, sir.
All right.
Okay, now that's all the guilties that I have on my calendar. Madam Clerk, in the courtroom, you said there are individuals that are still present in the court. Well, let's go back because I see 3 people on my Zoom. They must be not guilties. Is that correct? Mr. Campbell, Mr. Williams, and Mr. Jefferson. I see all on my Zoom.
The ones I have here are guilties I'm sorry, not guilties and NOLOs.
Okay, all right, let me clear these people off of my Zoom really quickly. Mr. Campbell, hold on a moment. What is your name, Mr. Campbell? Because I don't have a Campbell on my calendar.
It's a Zachary Campbell.
I don't have a Campbell on my calendar, but you
It would
answered.
be Zachary James. Zachary James Campbell is my name, actually.
Does anyone see that on the calendar? I know you answered me when I called, but that's not the name that I have on my calendar.
I don't
The
see
name
him
that
on my
you-
calendar. When's your birthday, sir?
8/16/81.
The name that you answered to is what?
Zachary James.
He's listed on page 22 with the last name of Zachary.
Got it. Okay.
I don't understand.
All right. So your first name is Zachary, and your
Zachary.
last name is
Campbell.
Campbell. Okay. All right, Mr. Campbell, you were charged with failure to maintain insurance, and I'm saying you wish to enter a not guilty plea. Is that correct?
Now that I have a better understanding on the NOLO, can I do the NOLO?
You can. You absolutely can. Raise your right hand for me. I'm
He
sorry,
has a
somebody
North
was saying.
Carolina. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. He has a North Carolina driver's license.
Okay, does that
That
forbid
I-
him from entering a plea of NOLO in Georgia? I'm asking.
Yeah, so Judge, the NOLO only has effect on Georgia driver's licenses. As far as points are concerned, because he does not have a Georgia license, we cannot put points on his out-of-state license. So we can take the NOLO. DDS is going to change it to a guilty because they can't assess points anyway.
Okay. Do you understand that, Mr. Campbell? You understand what he's saying?
I believe so.
Okay, what he's saying is because you have a North Carolina driver's license, the Department of Driver Services in Georgia can't put points on that license anyway. So a NOLO plea and a guilty plea it doesn't really benefit you. You understand what I'm saying as it relates to the assessment of points?
Okay.
So you want to enter a plea of guilty?
Sure. Because at the time I didn't have insurance, so I'm not gonna. Yeah.
All right. So we'll change that plea to guilty. Raise your right. Did I already swear you in?
No, we raised my right hand, but we didn't go through with it.
We didn't go through it. Do you swear affirm the testimony I'm about to give you, the testimony you're about to give in the matter, the truth and the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. I've been saying the same thing multiple times. Words are getting all jumbled up. All right, Mr. Campbell, you were charged with failure to maintain insurance, and I understand you wish to plead guilty to that charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to plead not guilty and have a trial before the court?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you're waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney on this charge?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of guilty, you're waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose is a $1,000 fine, except in certain circumstances, and a 1-year incarceration period.
Yes.
All right. And you understand that you are freely and voluntarily giving this plea?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to accept your guilty plea, sir, to the charge of failure to maintain insurance. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine?
$585.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, I hereby sentence you to a fine of $585. Is that something that you can pay within 2 weeks, or do you need time to pay?
I would need time.
Okay. So what we can do is place you on what's called pay-only probation. The first 30 days are free, so you get 30 days to pay the fine, okay? If you don't pay the fine within 30 days, you have, I believe, up to 6 months to pay through the probation company, but you'll have to pay a monthly supervision fee.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely trying to get that done within the 30 days.
Yes, that's the goal, right? That's the goal, Mr. Campbell, is that you get it done within 30 days. Did you already drop your email address in the chat?
Yes, I did.
Madam Clerk, can we confirm?
It's confirmed.
All right, Mr. Campbell, look out for that email. Check your spam folder as well. Some emails have gone there. All right?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Do you have any other questions for the court?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. You're free to leave.
All right.
All right, next I see DeMarco Williams. Mr. Williams, you entering a plea of not guilty, sir? Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Williams, Madam Clerk, do we have an available trial date for Mr. Williams?
Not as of yet. It will be sometime in October.
Okay. All right, Mr. Williams, sometime in October.
I just plead guilty. My birthday in October. My birthday in October. I just plead guilty.
Oh, so your birthday in October, so you don't want to come to court? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Williams?
I ain't coming to court in October.
All right. So we'll change the well, let me say this. You have a speed limit violation. Madam Clerk, is he eligible for a NOLO?
Give me a second, I'm checking.
Thank you.
Yes, he is.
He is. All right, Mr. Williams, you're eligible to use your NOLO on your speed limit charge.
Yeah, I use my NOLO.
Okay, and I think the failure to have a license on person, you indicated previously you wanted to plead guilty to that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll guilty to the failure to have a license on person, and then NOLO to the speed limit charge, correct?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter is truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Right. All right, Mr. Williams, you were charged with failure to have license on person and a speed limit violation. And I understand that you wish to plead guilty to the failure to have a license on person and NOLO to the speed limit violation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. You understand you have the right to plead not guilty to both of these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering this guilty and NOLO pleas, you are waiving that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you have the right to an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering this guilty and NOLO plea, you are waiving that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose is a $1,000 fine or a 1-year incarceration period on each charge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you are freely and voluntarily given this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to accept your guilty plea on the failure to have license on person and your NOLO plea to the speed limit violation. Madam Clerk, what are the standard fines?
$300 for no license on person, $305 for the speeding violation. Total amount $605.
All right. Mr. Williams, your total fine is $605, sir. $300 on the failure to have license on person and $305 for the speed limit violation. Are you able to take care of that within 2 weeks, sir, or do you need additional time to pay?
I need additional time.
Okay, so I'll place you on pay only probation. The first 30 days are free, okay? After that, they'll charge you a monthly supervision fee.
Okay.
For every month until it's paid off. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. All right, did you already drop your email address in the chat?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Clerk, confirmed?
It's confirmed.
All right. All right, Mr. Williams, check your spam folder, check your inbox for the email from the court. And unless you have any other questions for me, you're free to go.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, I see Antonio Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson,
ma'am.
good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing?
Great, thank you. All right, Mr. Jefferson, you want to enter a plea of not guilty to the disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you still want to enter that not guilty plea, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Madam Clerk, we're looking, did you already drop your email in the chat, Mr. Jefferson?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Clerk, confirmed?
Is it Sean J?
Yes.
Yep, we got it.
All right. All right, look out for the email from either your inbox or your spam, okay?
Okay. All right, and one thing, if y'all send a letter, that's the address y'all have on file isn't my address.
All
like
right,
if y'all send a letter with a court date.
When we send you the email, if you'll just provide us with your updated contact information.
Well, the thing is, I live in a hotel, so I can't receive mail here.
Okay. Do you have a PO box, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay.
We can email you your new court date, okay?
Okay.
I'll take a note of that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Jefferson, If there's no other business before the court, you're free to go. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
All right. All right, and then I see McLaughlin, Mr. McLaughlin.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, hold on one moment, please. Let me find your case. All right, Mr. McLaughlin, you were charged with following too closely and you wanted to enter a plea of not guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you still want to enter that plea of not guilty, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Hold on just one moment. I apologize. Madam, Mr. McLaughlin, have you dropped your email address in the chat already?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, confirm, Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. McLaughlin, look out for your notice of court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, you're free to go.
Mhm.
All right, Madam Clerk, in the courtroom, who do we have left in the courtroom?
Okay, we're gonna go with our Nolos, Miss Easton.
Miss Easton?
I think we've already, Miss Easton? I think we've already taken care of that one. Hold on for 1 second. We have a Ellison. Tremaine Ellison.
All right, come on up, Miss Ellison.
He's not guilty.
All right. Mr. Ellison, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Ellison, I understand you wish to plead not guilty, correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You still wish to plead not guilty now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Madam Clerk will send you a notice of trial date. Just confirm with her that you have the correct information, okay?
Okay.
All right, so
Thank you so much.
the phone number on that form. Okay, Mr. Corey Irvin.
Okay, Mr. Irvin, come on up.
What's your email address?
Mhm.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you. You too. One moment, Your Honor, he's coming.
Ma'am.
All right, Mr. Irvin, you want to plead not guilty, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Not guilty.
All right, Madam Clerk will get you a court date. She'll send you, she'll make sure she has your information to send you a court date, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
I need your phone number and email address. Can you tell me?
I don't know the phone number about hard.
Okay, that's fine. Do
I
you
got the
have
address. I got the
a
address.
physical address? All right, well, we'll send you a letter in the mail. Have a good one. Okay, Fillmore.
Hey, my guy. Hey, leave your phone.
And who is this? Who is this? Your name, ma'am?
Fillmore, she's pleading a NOLO and she does qualify.
All right, Miss Fillmore, hold on one
You're doing
moment.
page 6.
Page 6. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk.
Welcome.
All right, Miss Fillmore, you want to enter a plea of NOLO to improper backing, is that correct?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter is truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, Miss Fillmore, you were charged with improper backing and you are entering a plea of NOLO, correct?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial before the court?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you're waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you're waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that this court can impose is a $1,000 fine and 1 year incarceration?
Yes.
You are freely and voluntarily giving this plea?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I will accept your NOLO plea. Madam Clerk, standard fine?
$135.
Ms. Fillmore, your sentence will be a $135 fine. Are you able to pay that within 2 weeks?
I'm gonna pay it today because I don't want to come back.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much.
Okay. Next we have Did we take care of Lance Gord? Just have a seat right here and I'll tell you once I get everybody. Yes, ma'am. You're free to use the restroom. Let's see. Head, Arthur Head. Mr. Head is coming to the podium. He does qualify for a NOLO.
Okay. Mr. Head, you are, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
You were charged with the seatbelt violation and failure to obey a traffic control device. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you wish to enter a plea of NOLO, correct?
Correct.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter is truth and the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Mr. Head, as I mentioned, you are entering a plea of NOLO to a seatbelt violation and failure to obey a traffic control device. Is that correct?
Correct.
You understand that you have the right to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial before the court?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO to these charges, you are waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand you have the right to an attorney to represent you on these charges?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you are waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose on these charges is a $1,000 fine on each offense and 1 year incarceration?
Yes.
You are freely and voluntarily entering your plea of NOLO today?
Correct.
I'm going to accept your plea, sir, of NOLO to these charges. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine on these charges?
$180.
180 total?
Yes, ma'am. $15 for the seatbelt ticket and $165 for the traffic control device.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Head, the total is the fine or the sentence is $15 on the seatbelt violation and $165 on the traffic control device violation, for a total of $180. Are you able to take care of that today, or do you need time to pay?
Today.
Today, sounds great. Thank you so much, Mr. Head.
All right, thank you.
Next, Madam Clerk.
Okay, we have Miss Jones, Angelic Jones.
Come on up, Miss Jones.
She's taking a moment now. I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
Okay, you're okay. Okay, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jones, you were charged with failure to yield to the right of way, and you are entering a plea of NOLO, correct?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter the truth and the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Jones. As I mentioned, you are entering a plea of NOLO to the failure to yield to the right of way charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial before the court?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you are waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney?
Yes.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you're waiving that right?
Yes.
You understand that the maximum possible sentence that I can impose is 1 year incarceration and a $1,000 fine?
Yes.
You are freely and voluntarily giving this plea?
Yes.
All right, I will accept your plea of NOLO to the charge of failure to yield to the right of way. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine?
$135.
Thank you. Ms. Jones, I sentenced you to a $135 fine. Are you able to take care of that today or within the next 2 weeks?
Next 2 weeks.
Can you pay it within the next 2 weeks, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. If you can't, on day 15, they'll charge you that $200 penalty.
Okay.
And so if you need more time, you need to tell me now.
Okay. I'm good.
You're good. All right. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. We'll take it from here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We've taken care of all of y'all, right? Okay, so you can go to the window to make payment. Did you fill out your plea sheet?
Yeah.
And we have one, Your Honor, that came in late, and I just had him sit over to the side until we finish the docket.
Yep, he can come on up. What is his name?
Mr. Malcolm. Yeah, he said he was trying to do it, but he couldn't.
It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me through the Zoom.
And you said you're gonna pay.
All right.
Yes.
2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Malcolm. Good
Yes,
afternoon,
ma'am.
sir.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Malcolm, you were charged with expired or no license plate or decal charge. How do you wish to plead to that, sir?
Guilty.
Guilty, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Raise your right hand for me.
Right.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matters is the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Malcolm, you are entering a plea of guilty to the expired and no license plate or decal charge. Is that correct?
Yes. Do I apply for NOLO?
You want to change it to NOLO?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Malcolm, you are entering a plea of NOLO
Yes, ma'am.
to the expired and no license plate or decal charge. Is that correct?
Well, because I had just bought the car, and as I had bought it, he pulled me over. And I was taking it. I had put insurance on. I was taking the car home, so he got me when I made it home.
It's not an insurance related charge, sir. It's a no. It's
I
a
know.
no-
No, okay, I'm gonna plead NOLO. I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You understand that by entering your, okay.
I hear you.
You understand that you have the right to plead not guilty to this charge and have a bench trial before the court.
So I'm gonna.
Do you understand, sir, that you have the right to plead not guilty and have a trial before the
yeah.
court?
Yes, I understand it.
And you understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you are waiving that right.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by entering your plea of NOLO, you are waiving that right.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that this court, the maximum possible sentence that I can impose is a 1 year incarceration period and a $1,000 fine, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you are freely and voluntarily giving this plea.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes.
I will accept your plea of NOLO to this charge. Madam Clerk, what is the standard fine?
Oh, God. What was your last name again? I'm sorry.
Ma'am.
135.
All right.
2 weeks.
Mr. Malcolm, I sentence you to a $135 fine, sir. Are you able to pay that today or within the next 2 weeks, or do you need time to pay?
I get paid, and I pay it in 2 weeks.
Are you sure, sir? Do you need more time?
No. It's gonna be paid until I get paid in 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
Yes.
On date, if you don't pay it in 2 weeks, there'll be a $200 penalty. Unless you tell me today, and I can give you 30 days to pay.
Well, give me 30 days
then. See? Why don't we do that? So what I'll do is I'll place you on what's called pay only probation.
Okay.
You have 30 days to pay with no additional costs.
Okay.
If it takes you longer than 30 days, sir, you will have to pay monthly supervision fees. Do you understand?
You have it in one. You have it.
Okay.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, we'll take it from here. Thank you so much.
Okay. What day they?
All right. Madam Clerk, anybody else in the courtroom?
Nope, we are free and clear.
All right, Mr. Marie Rose, what do we want to do about the holds or the not heres?
You're on mute.
I am.
Make sure I can read it. All right.
It happens to everybody at least twice a day, Mr.
Malcolm
Marie
T.
Rose. Do not.
Are you good? Thank you.
Judge, I would request the FTAs prove that those people are listed as failure to appear. I think that we normally have to wait 30 days before we can issue a suspension of their driver's license after we've reached out to them one more time.
Okay.
Is that correct, Ms. Green?
That is correct.
All right. Just want to make sure.
We have to send a 30-day notice.
All right. So are you saying that you're going to send 30-day notices to the people who didn't appear on the calendar?
Yes.
All right. And just for my records, those people are, can we run through it one more time, Madam Clerk? Just to make sure that I have it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
We're ready.
Okay. Lee Brooks. Marvin Cano Chavarria.
Okay.
Daniel DeBose.
That's correct.
Charles Avola, Adriana Fletcher, Felicia Harris, Brenda Jackson, China Johnson, and Ron Stallworth Johnson, James Cooper Jones, Avelino Lopez, Jamin Lopez, Juan Mejia, Brandon Parker, Manifa Robertson, Peggy Ross, Dinah Scott, Terrence Scott, Jeremiah Simmons, Boston Thomas or William Boston Thomas, Quantatus Warren, and Jessica Wyatt.
That is correct. That's what I have.
All right.
Thank you.
Anything else you need from me while we're on the Zoom and on the record? Madam Clerk, Mrs. Solicitor?
No, ma'am. I think we got everything.
All right, can we go off the record for really quick before you guys disconnect? Can we disconnect from the record or the Zoom?
Absolutely.
Yes, one moment.
Thank you.
Hold on.
And the live YouTube as well.
Yes, please.